Y'all, Sean Diddy Combs is back at it again in these headlines, and this time his legal team is coming out swinging with claims that could flip the whole narrative surrounding the allegations against him. Prosecutors have accused Diddy of orchestrating disturbing FOs, but his attorneys are now saying that there's video evidence that proves otherwise. Could this new angle clear his name? Let's dive into what's really going on here. Well, Diddy's lawyers are not holding back, because in a letter sent to the Manhattan federal judge, they claim to have reviewed the footage at the heart of the case, and their takeaway? Well, it's not what the prosecution is making it out to be, allegedly. According to them, the videos don't show any trafficking or coercion. Instead, they argue that what went down was between consenting adults, and there's no sign of anyone being manipulated or spiked. They even went as far as to call the prosecution's case sexist, accusing them of pushing an outdated view of women as helpless victims who can't make their own decisions. It's a bold statement, especially with the allegations being as serious as they are.
Those freakoffs are the basis for the trafficking charges filed against Sean Combs. The U.S. attorney described them when announcing the indictment.
The prosecutors described these events as elaborate orchestrated sessions where women were allegedly forced into compromising situations, but Diddy's defense team has a different take. They argue that these were private moments between consenting adults in a long-time relationship. No secret cameras, no young children, no illegal activity. The videos, according to Diddy's team, show none of the chaos prosecutors described. They claim there's no evidence of incapacitation or excessive substance use, painting a picture that's far from the dark narrative being presented in court. And at the center of these allegations is victim 1, widely believed to be Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend of 10 years. Now, Cassie hasn't directly addressed the latest development, but her relationship with Diddy has been in the spotlight for a while. And here's where it gets a little tricky. Diddy's lawyers say the videos not only show consent, but also that Cassie seemed to be fully engaged in what was happening. They argued that her participation was voluntary and that these recordings don't back up the prosecution's claims of mistreatment or ST. Now, while Diddy's team is doubling down on their defense, the prosecution isn't letting them run the show. They've pushed to keep some of the defense's claims out of the public eye, arguing that they're spinning the narrative to protect Diddy's image. But even so, Diddy's attorneys maintain that the footage exonerates him and that the prosecution's case is based on assumptions, not facts. And they're determined to prove that this is about consensual adult relationships, not criminal behavior. Well, back in 2023, Cassie Ventura, known as victim 1 in the current case against Sean Diddy Combs, filed a shocking lawsuit accusing the hip-hop mogul of years of mistreatment. The allegations in this suit painted a disturbing picture of their relationship, which began when Cassie was just 19 and signed to Diddy's label. In her lawsuit, Cassie claimed that Diddy introduced her to a fast-paced, substance-fueled lifestyle shortly after they met. The relationship, which started in 2007, allegedly involved repeated physical and emotional torture. Well, Cassie described the incidents where Diddy would subject her to violent outbursts, including punching, kicking, and stomping her. Perhaps the most alarming claims were that Diddy coerced Cassie into intimate acts with other men, filming these encounters while he watched and participated. She also accused him of forcing his way into her home and SA'd her as she tried to leave the relationship in 2018. Despite the serious nature of the allegations, the lawsuit didn't linger in the public eye for long. Just one day after the filing, Cassie and Diddy announced a settlement. Both parties released a statement describing the resolution as amicable, though no details of the agreement were made public.
Our attorneys were really brilliant. They didn't sue just Diddy, they sued his corporation.
They sure did.
And they sued his corporations and sued in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance.
Yeah.
But in her statement, Cassie said, "I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support." Meanwhile, Diddy denied all allegations, but wished Cassie and her family well. While Cassie's team framed the settlement as a win for her courage in coming forward, Diddy's legal team accused her of trying to extort him. According to his lawyers, Cassie had allegedly demanded $30 million over 6 months, threatening to release a tell-all book about the relationship. They claim she used the lawsuit as a tactic to tarnish his reputation and secure a payday. Well, Cassie's lawyer, however, refuted these claims, stating that she rejected Diddy's alleged offers of 8 figures to keep quiet. Instead, she filed the lawsuit to give a voice to women suffering in silence. Well, despite the 2023 settlement of Cassie's lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, new allegations have surfaced suggesting that Cassie may have willingly participated in some of these infamous FOs. And according to claims, Diddy allegedly paid ex-workers to engage engage encounters with Cassie, often orchestrating scenarios down to the smallest details. One shocking allegation suggests that Diddy instructed Cassie to wear white nail polish to create a stark contrast with the darker skin tones of the men involved.
Not only has Diddy ruined many R&B hip-hop playlists that so many of us grew up with, he has ruined the love for a good white nail polish mania.
And these claims have led some to question Cassie's silence throughout her years with Diddy. Critics argue that her decision to remain quiet for so long could suggest that she was, at least to some extent, a willing participant. Allegedly, Cassie may have been biding her time and collecting what could be presented as evidence later. This theory, though, it poses that her patience was strategic, ensuring that when she eventually spoke out, the resulting settlement or lawsuit would yield a significant financial gain. But what's also raising some eyebrows in this timeline surrounding Cassie's split from Diddy is that shortly after their breakup, Young Miami, another woman linked to Diddy, reportedly started receiving $300,000 per month while dating him. And according to insider sources, Cassie allegedly received a similar arrangement during her time with Diddy.
So you're saying that Carisha is...
She's a predator no different than Nicki Minaj. She likes that shit. That turns her on.
It's been claimed that this financial support wasn't just a gesture of generosity, but a calculated payment to ensure Cassie kept quiet about all the things that went down. And if true, it adds a new layer to the narrative. Was the monthly payment another tool of control, or was it simply hush money to protect Diddy's reputation? The fact that Cassie reportedly accepted these payments while maintaining silence for years has further fueled speculation that she was complicit in some of Diddy's activities. While her 2023 lawsuit painted her as these new allegations suggest a more complex story, one where consent and complicity have been blurred over time.
Are you still dating Puff Daddy?
I'm not. I said I was gonna tell my truth. I think that it really hurt me because I just feel like, Puff was a really good person to me. I feel like he came and he helped me and, he elevated me.
Well, Sean Diddy Combs' legal troubles have unearthed years of accusations that paint a grim picture of his private life and the power dynamics he allegedly misused. Prosecutors have accused him of running a criminal empire where women were coerced into substance-fueled encounters, and some involving male workers as part of what they described as his infamous FOs.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
But one of these most shocking details in the case came from Jonathan Audie, a former adult entertainer whose claims initially sounded far-fetched but are now being revisited. Because back in 2018, Audie alleged that he had been forced into intimate encounters with both Diddy and Cassie. According to his statement, Diddy directed these encounters, often watching and giving instructions. Audie also claimed that he contracted a disease during these sessions and admitted to taking substances, including liquid snow, with them. When Audie first made these claims, they were dismissed as the ramblings of someone seeking attention, and these accusations surfaced after he was arrested for an unrelated incident, a bizarre attack on Trump's golf course in Florida. Now, at the time, Audie's allegations about Diddy and Cassie were overshadowed by the circumstances of his arrest, which involved a flag-waving rant and standoff with law enforcement. However, in light of Diddy's current charges, including ST and coercion, Audie's statements are being viewed in a different light. The parallels between Audie's allegations and the details in Cassie's lawsuit and the federal indictment have raised eyebrows. What once seemed like a small or wild conspiracy theory now aligns with the patterns of behavior described by multiple accusers. Prosecutors have painted Diddy as an architect of a disturbing operation that spanned over a decade. They alleged he used threats, manipulation, and substance misuse to control his victims and force them into situations they would otherwise avoid. The indictment accuses him of orchestrating these acts at high-profile events like after parties for the VMAs and Super Bowl. While some dismiss Audie's story as outlandish, his allegations eerily mirror the accusations against Diddy in the current case. This has led many to question how much of Audie's claims might have been true, even if it was initially disregarded as the ramblings of a man caught in his own legal troubles. The fallout from Cassie's allegations against Diddy didn't stop with him, though. According to sources, her initial lawsuit, originally 60 pages before it being narrowed down to 35, allegedly implicated none other than Jay-Z Diddy and Beyonce. The unedited sections reportedly described instances where J and B were witnesses to some of Diddy's behavior, specifically an incident where Cassie claimed Diddy struck her during a party. Reportedly, Beyonce was furious after witnessing Diddy's actions. When Cassie fled upstairs to compose herself, Diddy's security initially found her and brought her back to the party. As she returned, Beyonce and Jessica Alba were waiting in the foyer to check on her. Sources claim that Beyonce confronted Diddy, calling his behavior offensive and unacceptable. But in response, Diddy allegedly got on his knees to apologize, a pattern of behavior others have noted about him following explosive incidents. The situation reportedly escalated between Beyonce and Jay-Z when she questioned why Jay was comforting Diddy instead of holding him accountable for his actions. Allegedly, Beyonce even expressed that she was losing respect for her husband over how he handled the incidents. But after the confrontation, Beyonce, Jessica Alba, and roughly 20 others reportedly left the party, with Cassie opting to leave with Jessica instead of Beyonce. The reasoning? Well, allegedly Cassie feared that Diddy would track her down if she left with Beyonce, given his strong connections to Jay-Z.
What is going on? Thank you for your
Hi, how are you?
Yes, sir. Happy Easter.
Hi, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Who are
Girls,
you
say
with?
hi. This is Haven. This is my middle.
What makes this even more troubling is that Jay-Z himself has faced allegations of misconduct. According to reports, he is currently dealing with the lawsuit that accuses him of inappropriate behavior with the youngin at the MTV Awards back in 2000, a time when he was allegedly involved with Diddy. The connection has fueled speculation about the extent of Jay-Z's knowledge of Diddy's activities and whether he turned a blind eye to them.
The woman who claims Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs her in 2000 when she was 13 years old is giving her first interview.
The resurfacing of these details has reignited questions about the accountability of those in Diddy's circle, including powerful figures like Jay-Z and Beyonce. While Beyonce's anger and support for Diddy during that incident suggests she may not have condoned Diddy's actions, the fact that she and Jay were present at these events where troubling behavior allegedly occurred has people looking at them differently. An intriguing layer to this story, though, is Cassie's refusal to fully cooperate or corroborate reports in her initial lawsuit. Although Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Jessica Alba were allegedly contacted during the legal proceedings, their involvement was completely omitted when the lawsuit was reduced from 60 to 35 pages. This has sparked curiosity about whether agreements were made behind the scenes to keep certain details out of the public view. Many have pointed out that Beyonce's relationship with Diddy has always seemed distant despite her deep connections in the music industry and Diddy's close ties to Jay-Z. But interestingly, Diddy was notably absent from Beyonce's Renaissance tour, a surprising omission given his status as a music mogul and his long-standing proximity to the Carter family. While digging deeper into the connections between Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Diddy, there's speculation that Kim Porter, Diddy's former partner, had a role in exposing some of his secrets. Allegedly, Kim informed Beyonce about a book that she was planning to write that would detail both her and Diddy's lives. And according to insiders, Beyonce relayed this information to Jay-Z, who then informed Diddy. This revelation reportedly led to Diddy intervening and ensuring the book was never published.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us. And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you.
The whispers about what Kim might have revealed in that book have resurfaced, with many wondering if it could have shed light on Diddy's alleged activities as well as Jay-Z's possible involvement or knowledge. As Diddy's alleged misconduct continues to dominate headlines, some are beginning to question whether Beyonce might also have been a victim of control within her relationship with Jay-Z. Over the years, rumors have circulated about Jay-Z's behavior, including allegations that he pursued younger women like Foxy Brown and Aaliyah during their teenage years. And although Beyonce and Jay-Z publicly started dating when she was just 18, there have been claims suggesting that Jay-Z began pursuing her much earlier. For some, this raises uncomfortable parallels between what Diddy allegedly did to Cassie and the dynamics in the Carter household. Looking at everything from the initial accusations in Cassie's lawsuit to the emerging claims about her alleged participation in Diddy's so-called Freakoffs, a complicated picture begins to form. Cassie's allegations sparked the avalanche of claims against Diddy, leading to his upcoming trial. But as new details resurface, there's a growing question. Was Cassie in some ways complicit in the lifestyle she later condemned? Diddy's defense team insists that the accusations against him are baseless and that the videos presented as evidence actually prove that the activities were consensual. They claim Cassie enjoyed the encounters and willingly participated for years. And if that narrative holds true in court, it could shift the entire trajectory of this case, casting doubt on not just Cassie's claims but on the testimonies of others who've come forward. It's worth considering that without Cassie's initial lawsuit, Diddy might not be facing trial at all. But as the legal battle unfolds, there are still so many unanswered questions. If Cassie willingly participated in some of the activities she described, does that weaken the case against Diddy? Did her lawsuit set off a chain reaction that exposed deeper truths, or was she simply the first to air grievances that others shared? And as more evidence comes to light, could we see some of the charges against Diddy dropped entirely? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Was Cassie complicit, or was this just a narrative crafted by Diddy's team to deflect attention from his alleged actions? But don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and stay updated on the most explosive case this year. But also, make sure you check out this next video on your end screen for even more breaking details.